they did a test on the pills, and turns out that they were made out of 60% bleach compound. Yeah, so I was doing bleach for 6 weeks.
When did you start TikTok? When you was at school?
No, I started like a year ago, I think.
Were you at college?
No, I was doing marketing.
Oh, was
So,
you?
yeah, I was what? It must have been 19, 20 when I started.
Right. What made you
Yeah.
start?
Well, so I was doing marketing before, and then I got this like liver thing, fucked my liver in, and then I was in.
Sorry, where's this going? Like, you was in marketing.
Can you just jump over that?
What? Is there a correlation here? Did you fuck your liver because of marketing?
No. So I did my liver in, and I was in hospital for like a year, like in and out. So I lost a lot of my clients, and then I was like, oh well, I've kind of got an excuse, and then we went into a lockdown. I was kind of got an excuse now to just do what I want, and I've always wanted to do comedy type stuff.
Right. How'd you fuck your liver in?
Good question. So I used to go to the gym, and you can get like pre-workout things.
Mhm.
You can get them from anywhere, like Holland and Barrett. Well, I'm quite like cheap with my money, so I was like, oh, I'm gonna look online and find the cheapest thing. And I found this website, and it was like cheap pre-workout type of pills that help you lift more in the gym and all this kind of stuff. Anyway, took it for about 4, 5, 6 weeks, something like that, couple a day, and then I started going yellow, and I was like, oh, something's wrong, because I would like, mate, it sent me into like a world of fucking madness, honestly, and I was like shaking at night. I couldn't sleep. I was getting like insomnia and stuff. So I went to the doctors, and I was like, mate, I'm shaking and shit. And he was like, oh...
Is that what you said?
Mate, I'm shaking and shit. I can see, mate. You didn't need to tell me that.
Mate, I'm shaking and shit. And the doctor looked at you and went, yeah, I've diagnosed you with shakes and shit.
Yeah, Parkinson's. No, but the doctor was... Yeah, so I asked him, and he was like... do you take any drugs? And I was like, no, don't think so, unless I didn't
think so.
And
unless the Viagra's in the
yeah,
slushy.
it's had a knock-on effect. All these years it's been fucking me. No, and then he was like, oh, it seems like you're having withdrawal from a drug, and I was like, well, I have been taking these pills, and he's like, well, I don't really know what they are, but it might be worth tapering off them instead of coming off them cold turkey. I was like, that's a bit of a nutty thing to say, considering you don't know what they are. But I guess that's the NHS for you. But
I mean, you bought them without knowing what they are.
Yeah, that's it. Anyway, so I went to A&E like the Monday after, because I was like proper like in a weird like shaking still, like couldn't sleep. Went to A&E, and like I looked in my eyes, and they were like going yellow. And I was like, bloody hell, what's going on?
Yeah.
So then, yeah, that all happened. And then they said it's my liver, got fucked from something. And we assumed it was from the pills. Then I had a biopsy, which said it was definitely from the pills. And then we found out they did a test on the pills. And turns out that they were made out of 60% bleach compound. Yeah, so I was doing bleach for 6 weeks. Yeah, pretty mental.
Liver failure from that.
Yeah, liver failure, yeah. So I was like giving blood every day. But I think what they were like, we got like trading standards involved and shit. And they were doing like human trials, I guess, on people for like osteoporosis or something, like muscle wasting disease. I have no idea. Didn't really understand what they were saying. But yeah, so I had to like take like blood out of my arm every day to like get rid of this shit that goes around your body. But it's proper weird, mate. It's like there's a chemical, I think it's called bilirubin,
Right.
and it like makes your veins itch. Sounds mental,
Oh.
but it's like you try and itch it, but you can't itch it because it's not on your skin, it's underneath.
Oh, that sounds awful.
Yeah, and there is a story about this. I haven't told this one on any podcast. This is an exclusive.
Fuck you, Randolph.
Yeah, sorry, Randolph. It's a bit crude. Is that the word?
Yeah, go on.
I don't know. We don't know what you're going to say.
Okay, well, if you can't have this, then you can cut it out. But so it goes through your veins, right? You've got a vein in your cock. If you didn't know already. And it
Full of
it was
slush.
proper fucking itchy inside. And because you can't itch, my legs were like red raw, mate. Honestly, where I've been scratching them and shit like at night, and I had to get this cream to like stop it. Anyway, so it makes your cock itchy. So and because you can't itch it, I was like, mate, I need to get rid of this. So stupidly, I decided to grab it and start slapping my leg with it, and my dick stopped working. I couldn't get it up properly. It wouldn't inflate properly.
Inflate.
Yeah, honestly, mate, it was like it'd go from thin like that, and then the end would inflate, so that bit wouldn't inflate. This is quite a lot of information, but so I then had to go to the doctors for that.
Well, you had to get your knob out in the doctor.
Yeah, worst thing I've ever done in my life.
Yeah.
Because of course, like when you're cold, it's non-existent.
Right.
At least for me.
Right.
So I ended up going to the doctors, and yeah, it's awkward anyway, getting your cock out in front of everyone. Anyone.
Everyone. You know you do it once you're in the room, not in the waiting room.
I turned up with my trousers down. Can someone see
I'm
me?
still
Slapping
shaking
it
against your leg. Can someone itch this? Please.
My word.
Right, so you have to go in, get your knob out.
Yeah, and what they do, so they have this like bed, and then they have a curtain around the bed so you can get it out.
Yeah.
And then put this like gown on you.
Yeah.
But stupidly, and I look back on it now and it's so embarrassing.
Where's this going?
I lay down and I'm like, I hear him tapping away on the computer. So I'm like, right, this is a bit embarrassing. It is fucking tiny. So I decide to start, trying to enlarge it. This.
Oh my God. You wank next to your doctor.
Mate, no warning, pulled the curtain back, look him in the eye with the cock in hand. Worst thing I've ever done in my life. And I could tell he knew, but he was like, don't worry, I've seen plenty of cocks in my time. Brilliant. Cheers for that.
That's fucking brilliant.
Yeah.
That is brilliant. I remember I had to go to the doctor's once and get my knob out, and it was
it's awful.
It was quite scary, and like this Indian fella, and I couldn't really understand him, and I don't think he could really understand me.
Yeah.
And he's like got my knob in his hand.
Oh yeah.
And I just started speaking to him about football.
That is the worst. That is the worst thing you can do.
And about how bad Joe Hart was playing for West Ham. And he just looked at me like, I've got no idea, mate, but got your little knob here.
Yeah. Mate, we went to Kavos. I was going to say this on the Randolph podcast, but I asked my friend.
I like how it's become just the Randolph podcast now.
Sorry, What's Good podcast? We went to Kavos, and my friend did something. It was a lad's holiday. And so he thought he had an STI.
Right.
So he went in to the doctors, and it's proper corrupt over there. And he was like, "Oh, can you please just look?" Because it was like crusty and shit. And the doctor was like, yeah. And he was like, "Oh, why do you think you have it?" And my mate's gay.
Right.
So he was like, "Oh, I think I might have AIDS or something." And the guy was like holding his cock like this, checking, fiddling with his balls. He went, "Oh yeah, me too, but don't tell anyone, I'll get fired."
What?
Mental. Holding his cock as well, and like fondling with his bollocks.
Was he meant to be doing that?
Yeah, well,
No, he had an ear infection.
yeah. The doctor walks in. Who the fuck is he? Yeah. I've got a few doctor stories. I recently dislocated my shoulder, and I was in agony from it. And like a week later, after it happened, like it fucks all your muscles up. So I went to like this urgent care, and I was sat down and honestly like wincing in pain. Never felt anything like it. And the doctor turns around to me. He's like, "Oh, we can't do anything. It's just muscle pain, but we'll give you these painkillers." And then he goes, "Yeah, so if you want to get on that bed and bend over."
What?
And I said, "What do you mean?" And he went, "Well, put this up your ass." And I know this sounds like bollocks. I've got the pictures to prove it.
Why is he taking pictures?
No. Not of the procedure.
Selfie to your ass.
2 hands on the back.
Camera in his mouth.
He just went, "Thank God I've had a load of slushy."
It'd obviously have to be you bending over as well, because yours isn't working.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. So it all puzzles together. But yeah.
So why did I have to do that?
Well, he said it's like a strong painkiller. They,
What did he do?
well, I told him he's not putting it up my ass, so I did do it. But it was like this big.
What, the painkiller?
It was like this big, and I think it dissolves inside.
Oh,
you,
it was a
yeah.
suppository.
Is that like a golf ball size? Just
no,
for the
it's
audio
like
listeners.
How
you were on that day, that cold day.
yeah.
It felt like finger sized.
What, so he didn't put it, he did or he didn't?
No, he didn't. But he was like, oh no, you might need help with it. And I was like, don't think I will. I think I'll be all right. And then he's like, because my girlfriend was waiting outside. And he was like, your girlfriend can do it. We weren't together that long. I was like, no, that'll be all right. 2 months in, she's shoving something up my arse. Won't be the first time.
Show me the DMs.
Yeah.
Yeah, here we go. Oh, wow. So Jack
Yeah.
Harlow said, your shit